In a bold and calculated move that raised eyebrows around the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys emerged from the 2025 offseason as one of the most aggressive teams in terms of adding key talent. After a lackluster 2024 campaign that saw them fall short of expectations, the Cowboys wasted little time in making a series of moves to shore up their roster, notably acquiring a bona fide number 2 wide receiver to complement their already explosive offense. One of the more surprising trades was the acquisition of Pittsburgh Steelers standout wide receiver George Pickens. While many expected Dallas to target a wide receiver in the 2025 NFL Draft, particularly with their number 12 pick, the Cowboys defied conventional expectations. Despite having their sights set on Arizona's highly touted wideout, Teteroa McMillan, the Panthers swooped in and selected him at number 8, leaving Dallas with a gap at receiver that many thought would be filled in the draft. However, when the Cowboys found themselves with no viable options at receiver that they deemed worthy of that early draft pick, they shifted their strategy and their attention. Less than 48 hours after the draft concluded, rumors began circulating that Dallas was in active trade discussions with the Steelers. What unfolded next would have a significant impact on both teams for the 2025 season. The Cowboys ultimately struck a deal that saw them acquire Pickens in exchange for a future third-round pick. On paper, this deal seemed like a risky move for Dallas, especially with Pickens entering the final year of his contract. The expectation around the league was that the Cowboys would work out a long-term deal with Pickens sooner rather than later, but for now, they seem content to take a one-year flyer on the talented wideout. Still, the move made perfect sense. Dallas had failed to address the receiver position in the draft and needed to make an immediate impact addition to their receiving core, particularly to take some pressure off CeeDee Lamb. Lamb, an elite wideout in his own right, had long carried the weight of the Cowboys' passing game. With defenses likely to key in on him, it became increasingly clear that the Cowboys needed another reliable threat on the outside. Enter George Pickens, a player who has already proven his worth as one of the NFL's most explosive young receivers. After a standout rookie season in 2022, Pickens continued to make strides in 2023, showing off his remarkable ability to track down deep balls and his impressive route running skills. While his raw talent is undeniable, questions about his consistency and off-field demeanor have followed him since his college days at Georgia. Still, the upside was clear, and it was too much for the Cowboys to ignore. The deal has drawn mixed reactions across the league, with some questioning whether Dallas paid too much for a player with so many unknowns attached. After all, the Cowboys gave up a future third-round pick, a valuable asset in today's NFL, to secure Pickens, who could very well hit free agency after the 2025 season. But others, including Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport, have been quick to praise Dallas for pulling off what many see as one of the offseason's most underrated moves. In his breakdown of the trade, Davenport emphasized that the Cowboys essentially stole Pickens from the Steelers for what amounts to a bargain price. A third-round pick for a receiver with George Pickens' talent? That's a steal, Davenport said in his piece. He's a player with Pro Bowl potential who has already shown flashes of brilliance. The Cowboys did what they had to do to get him, and they're the clear winners in this deal. Davenport isn't alone in his assessment. Several NFL insiders have echoed similar sentiments, arguing that Pickens has the potential to thrive in a Cowboys offense that now has two game-breaking receivers in Lamb and Pickens. Pairing them together could give Dallas one of the most dynamic receiving duos in the league, with Lamb's route-running precision and Pickens' ability to stretch the field vertically. Add in the presence of quarterback Dak Prescott, who has long been searching for a reliable second option, and the Cowboys could be poised to take their offense to the next level in 2025. Ultimately, this trade could have a profound impact on both the Cowboys and Steelers moving forward. For Dallas, adding Pickens to a roster already featuring one of the NFL's top quarterbacks and a top-tier receiver could give them a legitimate shot at the NFC Championship. For Pittsburgh, the loss of Pickens signals a potential shift in their offensive identity, especially as they look to rebuild around quarterback Kenny Pickett. As the 2025 season approaches, all eyes will be on George Pickens and his impact on the Cowboys' quest for glory. Whether he can rise to the occasion and cement himself as one of the league's top receivers remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: The Cowboys have placed a huge bet on his ability to deliver. And in the high-stakes world of the NFL, that gamble could pay off in ways no one saw coming.